Zero, how are you? I'm also back. All right. So I'm doing a bit of sewing today. I'm trying to get some sewing done on this demo, guys. These faux furs are all pain in the ass to sew because the pile gets stuck in the thread and then causes knots, and it drives me nuts. So just sort of being mindful of what the pile's doing. Getting caught up in the thread, no doubt. Like so. First stitch. Hello, TikTok. All right. Oh, this guy's a big guy, so. Can you fiki W the sculpture? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Something rude? See, it's caught up in the thread already. I hate this faux fur. All right. Thanks for the likes. Okay, so I'm going to try and flatten it. Oh, fun fact. I finished Frank. If anybody's interested. YouTube, he's Frank. Oops, over here. Oh, hang on. Give me a second, hang on. I'm trying to buy Pokemon cards here. Is this the human that made the Acreate? Yes, I am that human. So I'm just buying some Pokemon cards. Just hang on. I had to wait in a waiting list. I had to wait in a line to buy bloody cards. And it just let me in now. I'll grab one of the medieval cats. Get some foils. I hope so. It's a Destined Rivals box pre-order. So, you know. Get some foils. Hang on. 6, 4. Sorry, I needed the code. Yeah, I've still got all my original cards too. I've got the whole first set pre-order placed. Okay, back to our scheduled. Anyway, so Frank. So I finished Frank. This one is from Donnie Darko, if anyone's wondering. YouTube, my Frank. I'll do more videos on it anyway, but yeah, Frank. I really like the way he turned out. So there you go. All right, anyway, back to our scheduled sewing. So that's great. I got a pre-order. Not as sweaty as the first pre-order. Ouch. Okay, I'm just going to tie this off. Just trying to be a bit neat with this thread here. This battery pack keeps getting in the way. So I'm basically starting off with like a vest, if that makes sense. And just sewing the shoulder area first. Sorry. Just had some lunch, so a bit phlegmy. Yes, I'm starting off by sewing this top one, shoulder bit first, and then I'll move on to the sides. So I'll try and chop and change between a few things here, but it would be nice to finally finish these commissions. I did a bit of work on the Stella's Sea Lion yesterday, so that's pretty much like, I'm going to say 95% finished. I applied all the faux fur to the head, but yeah, no problem, Zero. Thanks for popping in. So maybe I'll give, after I finish sewing the torso piece, maybe I'll do a little bit of trimming on the sea lion, just to sort of give my hands a bit of a break from sewing. Sometimes it can get a bit much on the old fingertips. Catch you later, Zero. Alright, so the headpiece is going to be a separate piece as well, so it needs to sort of drape over the top of the faceplate. But yeah, I'm excited to see this sewn up in the dark, to see how these eyes glow, what the whole thing looks like. It looks pretty good. It's pretty movie accurate, I have to say. And I was thinking of doing more little custom action figures like Frank, but obviously a different, not a copyrighted character, because Frank's just part of my, I just made it for just my personal collection, so I'm not going to be selling that one. So yeah, what's going on here? Oh, the battery pack. I forgot about the battery pack, right? So the battery pack. So I've got the battery pack which powers the eyes. So I wanted that to, trying to think of the best way for it to come out the arm that way. And I don't want a big patch at the back. So if I made a little hole, it's going to have to be here. Use that phone. Hi Yuki, Hina Yuki, how are you? I'm just trying to work out the best way for the battery pack to come out. I could probably, instead of making a hole in the back, slip it in the side here, maybe. Or should I just make a hole in the back? I didn't really want to make a hole in the back. Or I'll put it out the head. Let's do that. This is what we're going to do. Pull it through here. It's going to come out the back of the head and slip down. Like that. Problem solved. So put it, slip it there. Okay. Whoa. next side. So I'm just going to do the next shoulder. Next part of the shoulder is the best part. All right, so I'm going to pull this a little bit tighter and maybe even give that bit of a tiny trim, possibly, maybe. You probably don't have to, actually. Maybe a tiny bit. Just going to trim this tiny bit of the corner off. Just too much, just a bit of excess on there. And a little bit here. What's everyone doing for Easter? So the Frank was my Easter bunny doll. So I haven't quite finished editing the video, like the full making video of it just yet. I was hoping to have it up by like on Easter, but I don't know. I don't know that I'm going to have time to finish it. Did anyone tell you your doll looks like creatures from Dark Crystal? Lots. Yeah, definitely. I actually don't think they do that much, but yeah, I've had that quite a few times. This one's from Fantastic Beasts anyway. So, you know. Wondering if I should restart this TikTok. It's not doing much. But yeah, what was the other one? That Dark Crystal's Jim Henson. There was another one. Can't remember. Someone recently asked me to make something from it. It's an old 80s one. I can't remember the name. I've never seen it. Surprisingly, I've never seen Dark Crystal either, so, you know. I'm going to restart this TikTok because it's not doing anything. Try again. Sometimes you have to sort of do restart the lives a couple of times for it to actually do anything. Oh, you've been enjoying my stop motion? Thanks. I've been enjoying doing them. I've got 2 more that I've just done. I haven't posted it yet. One's a tug on the heartstrings, I have to say. Kind of made me sad. Kind of made me sad doing it. I can't believe I did it. So I'll post that. I'd say in about a week, I reckon. It's timeline related. But yeah, I'm sort of working out the green screen's a bit better. Like they're coming a bit smoother. I was going to buy a paper green screen, but I just played around with some settings and stuff, and I think they're looking okay. Just trying to work out how to do things like jumping or pouncing, stuff like that. Not really sure. I just have to work with some props or something and do some clever cropping or something. I don't know. But I mean, I got a fair few animals. The chameleon would be a really cool one. If I could find like a stick or something that you could like crawl along, that'd be pretty cool. It's nice having like a little a different creative outlet where I can think of little films to do. I'm going to do a couple with Frank. So I had a bit of a play yesterday, but I only managed to sort of like one of them. But yeah, I think action figure body's a bit hard to articulate. I think I need like a doll stand or something. But yeah, it's fun. I definitely like doing it. I've always wanted to do it. I've just never gotten around to doing it. But yeah, there's always time for anything. Okay, that's the shoulder part done. So I think what I'm going to do now is I should probably start. It's a really awkward doll to maneuver around without. So I'm going to put it this side. Try not to slam things down either. I don't want to damage it. So really slowly moving it. All right. So got the side. Here's the side view. So this fur is going to stay long, and I just need to sew up this bit here. But in the meantime, let's have some frank action. There's some frank action. Bit of eye candy. Bit of eye candy. But yeah, I'm going to get some more of these action figure bodies, and yeah, I'm just sort of brainstorming what kind of action figures to make. I'm really interested in Japanese mythology, so I've been thinking it'd be really cool to do like an Oni or a couple of different Onis. Maybe a samurai. I really like samurais, but I'm thinking like a woodblock form. So yeah, a couple of ideas. I've always sort of done a fair few Japanese inspired works over the years. So yeah, I've been wanting to make an Oni, and I sort of started thinking about it last year. But I was going to sculpt the whole thing, but yeah, I don't think I will now. But what I might do is work with one of those custom action figure bodies and maybe sculpt on top of that. I think that'll work really well. But yeah, the Oni's always been something I've wanted to make. So yeah, I'm going to order a couple of those. Yeah, and just have a play around with it because it's, I really like doing it. It's taken me ages. I've done one other custom action figure, but it was like a kit that I bought from another artist, but I customized it basically. And then yeah, Frank was the second one. And I basically just sewed all of that fur on like I would like my dolls. Instead of making like a little outfit. I'm never going to take it off, so yeah, it's really versatile and they're not really that expensive. They come with like interchangeable parts as well, so but yeah, I wanted to do like Raijin and Fujin, which is god of thunder, god of wind, in Japanese mythology, obviously. So I was going to do a red one and either blue or green. I don't know. So many options. I'm just not sure what else to do in terms of 1/6 scale. I could do like other characters, but I'd have to keep them. I don't want to do copyrighted stuff and then get my ass handed to me by $1 million companies. So, So I think I'll start off with like either 3 or 4. I'll do an order for 3 or 4 or something. I'm just going to tie this off because I don't want it to snap. I don't think there's any other like movie character that I liked the design of that much that I'd want to make a character, I guess. I just really like the way Frank looks. I think it's a really cool design. It didn't actually take all that long. The head was a little difficult to sculpt. It's one of the trickier things. But yeah. It's good fun. It's not bad. And I think they're relatively cheap too. Not as cheap as I'd like it, but hey, at least I'm not in the States. Probably stick to the Japanese mythology type things. I think what I'd do is I'd sculpt onto the joints with epoxy sculpt. I think that would work. It'd just be tricky to keep it articulated. Is Frank's head polymer clay? Yeah, so I sculpted the head kind of like a faceplate, and then I attached the back of it with epoxy sculpt and sort of smoothed it in, but it's covered in faux fur now, obviously. But yeah, this part's all polymer clay. The ears have an armature in it, so they don't, they didn't flop over while it was baking. And his teeth is the only difference that I did. I used translucent Sculpey for the teeth, whereas I think the movie prop that just looked like it was painted white with a bit of discoloration. So that's my little different flair on it. But I tried to make it as movie accurate as I could. So the shoes even have little shoelaces in it. So they got little realistic shoelaces. And little Adidas, they were Adidas shoes, so yeah. Probably a bit overboard with the detail. But that's fine. But yeah, I started sculpting the head a certain way, and I wasn't really happy with the way it was turning out. So I scrunched it all up and started again. So that was my second attempt at it. I feel like I'm a pretty confident sculptor, but I found wasn't really hard, but I did doubt myself for a minute. The only thing I'm not confident in sculpting is people. I'm not a people sculptor. I'm not great at that. But the shoes were sculpted out of epoxy sculpt because I sculpted it right onto the foot. And the foot's a plastic, so you can't really put it in the oven to bake. So that's why I didn't use polymer clay. And epoxy sculpt is, it sets in like 24 hours, like rock hard. So, yeah. I was sort of thinking about doing like realistic material shoes, but then I thought it's probably more trouble than what it's worth. So I just ended up sculpting it and then added the laces, the fake laces, which is it's just like a string that I have. I don't even know what it is, but it's thick enough to be 1/6 scale laces. All right. So I'm just going to do one more side in the bottom, and then I might give my C-line a bit of a trim. So I applied all the faux fur to it yesterday. All right. I normally just leave the excess string on there or thread on there, just in case I need to come back to it when I attach the legs. So sometimes it's always good to have a little bit of excess, you know, floating around. All right. Big bloke. I might do it this way, actually. Just trying to be careful so I don't smash everything. Get your hand. It's this way. Like I'm doing minor surgery here. Yeah, so I'm almost finished these commissions. So that's very exciting. And I can start working on new dolls or start finishing off the dolls that I've been working on, which is my chameleon and my 2 lions. And I had a dream about another doll, funnily enough. It was part of the Action Cat series that I'm thinking of, but this one will have a movable jaw, I think. I had a dream it had a movable jaw. So I guess that's what we're doing. But yeah, it'd be exciting to start that series. Lots of videos to come for that one, I think. That'll be a fun little thing. I want to do 3 each time I do like a series of things. Like the action cats, the medieval cats, medieval dogs maybe. Include the dog people. I bet I could do 2 cats and a dog, and the cats can pick on the dog. I think that's a good idea. I'll do 1 dog. Okay, that's a deal. Next medieval cat series. 1 dog, 2 cats. Dog gets picked on. I think that's funny. Is that mean? Is that mean to the dog people? So the least exciting part about it, sewing, gets in your mouth too. I had that action figure body for years that I never did anything with. It was just sitting there for, I reckon, like 10 years. This is pin. So I pinned all this yesterday, so I could do just like straight sewing today. Then I left the head on the sea lion to do a little bit of trimming. It's I thought this faux fur would be really easy to trim, but it's not. It's a total pain in the ass to trim. My pet groomer doesn't cut it, which I didn't think it was that type of fur, but here we are. So I'm going to have to trim it with my pet scissors, which has been the best investment I have bought, I have to say, apart from my pet shears. But yeah. So I'm just sort of plucking out any of the pile that accidentally gets caught in the stitch, because we don't want it sitting down. And I'm not really going to trim this too much once it's been sewn. I'm just going to trim the arms and the legs a little bit. And then I'll add a little bit of fur to the face just to, start blending it in. And it has like these 2 bits of, I don't know, of fur hanging off its face. So I sort of fashion that up as well. You think Egyptian mythology gods? Yeah, they would. Actually, that would be really cool to make something like that. Anubis. That would be cool. I've never really been into Egyptian mythology that much. But yeah, I'd have to do a bit of research if I go down that way, just so I know what I'm actually doing. So obviously I don't know it like Japanese mythology. And even still. I played the Assassin's Creed that was, I think it's Odyssey, the one that was based in Egypt. That was pretty cool. Had a couple of things in there that looked pretty cool. Thanks for the likes. Much appreciated. I always wanted to make, I forgot the name of it actually. Got it written down somewhere, of course, in my ideas book, but it was, it's a Japanese character, mythology character, but he has like a wicker basket on his head and he plays a flute. I forgot what it's called. But always wanted to make that. I think that would be a pretty good one. So many options. Now, thanks for all the likes. I really want to do a Tengu too, but I'm not sure if I want to do the Tengu with the long nose. I mean, I could do both, or the Tengu that looks like an eagle head. I think I like the long nose version. I don't know. I like both of them, to be honest. But I've always wanted to make one of them. I've always sort of sat on anthro, let's call them anthro type dolls. But yeah, since making Frank, I think I can do it. I think I can do it. It'd be cool to have, because I applied to be a vendor at the Oddities Expo in Melbourne in November. It'd be cool to have some little action figure things that I can, if I get the stall. I don't 100% know if I got in. But yeah, if I get the stall, it'd be cool to have like some little action figure things. Maybe I can take Frank along as an example. You can't sell copyrighted stuff there either, so they're pretty strict on that. But Frank can just be eye candy. Little companion. So yeah, just depends how many dolls I have in stock, what sells in the interim, and what doesn't. I do plan to have medieval cats there. Some cats, you have to have cats. Some form of cat. Cat shenanigans. But yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, that's that side. Dun dun dun. I have a fair bit of editing to do with videos too. just going to cut this bit off. And I'll do the last part, which is going to be a bit awkward. Maybe an awkward position, but we need to do the crotchal area. So hands under. Oh no, Frank. Not Frank. So crotchal area, let's move you up a little bit. And so it's sort of going to wrap around the tail like that. So I'm going to take this pin out. Where's this pin? Of course it's on the other side. All right. Crotchal area. It's all about being inappropriate. Here, we make buttholes, sometimes buttholes with dirty ones. It's coming. That doll's coming. I'm going to take everyone by surprise with that doll. It's going to be the most inappropriate doll. Be interested to see the mixed emotions about a cat pooping doll. Little litter tray and a litter. That'd be exciting. I wanted to get some, like fake nail acrylic, like the nail technicians use, and they melt it with acetone and make stuff out of it. I wanted to try that with some things. I think that's a fantastic idea. These nail technicians are pretty cool at some realistic things. I'll pinch their ideas. I'd have to experiment with a bunch of things for that. But yeah, I got a bunch of experimenting that I need to do. I've just got these techniques that I want to have a little go with. It's like feathers, particular feathers for birds. I want to make them a bit more realistic. What else? I want to make things like nails a bit more durable because they're quite small and fragile. So, I don't want fragile nails anymore. All right, this is the last little section. Where do you get the base, like the armature, this stuff, or the actual sculpted bits like this? So these bits I sculpt, and these bits I get from a wholesaler. But I do have them in my shop as well. So that's a bit tricky to come across if you don't get them from a wholesaler. So the wholesaler is in Taiwan, I'm certain. So all right, so what's this side doing? Probably when I go to sew the legs on, just to see how much give there is. I'll probably end up sewing that a little bit more. But this one, I just have to sew a little bit too. So this particular armature is my largest size as well. So normally I use a small size. But this doll's quite big, so it needs that support. I don't really like working with big dolls either. Just tie this off. His hair is getting in the way. All right, I'm just going to leave that thread there. Okay, totes in approps. So this is what we got so far. Big guy. Looking good. So next we're going to do the arms, the legs, and the neck and the tail. So I'm just going to put in here. And grab my sea lion. Got my sea lion. Now I need my sea lion face. Alright. Now this one I have to cut with the scissors because it doesn't cut. So I'm just going to sort of look at my reference images. And it's quite short around here. So I'm just going to start cutting it. And I did this fur a little bit different as well. I did sections of it still attached to the backing, so I don't want to cut too short. I'm just going to just start by trimming it a little bit around the nose. And some sections I did actually take it off the backing. So, you know, just to blend it in a bit easier, a bit better. You can get a more refined look if you do it that way. I don't particularly like trimming the faux fur this way. I find it takes a little bit more work to get it even. So, and it takes too long too, but this fur is just impossible to cut with my shears. So we're doing it by hand. I don't want to take it too short. Just going to put a little bit more glue on that back there. Put a little bit more glue here. Ooh, not that much. Okay. Put that there. This fur can be quite patchy, so we'll see how we go. Probably do a little bit of cleanup once it's all trimmed. But yeah, not ideal doing it this way. I'm not a fan. The good thing about these little shears is because they're for pet groomers, they've got like these little knobbly bits at the end, so you can sort of get it in there pretty well. So I'm going to airbrush the fur on this doll. Thanks for the follow. Okay. Down this way. All right. I want to keep the double chin on this one as well, so I'm just going to sort of try and trim it slowly here. All right. Now this first seal, the sea line's supposed to be kind of with a winter coat, so it's a little bit fluffier. Hence the reason why I didn't do the entire doll in a minky fabric. I wanted to get that fluffy mane look to it. So yeah, the double chin, where was that? Thanks for likes. I also have to do the little ears on this guy. So I haven't quite decided how I'm going about those ears. Whether I sculpt them or just make them out of fabric. I think make them out of... Not sure yet. Gotta do little ears. Alright. So try with the double chin. I might just cut the double chin. See how that looks. Probably little sections I have to go back and just fix up. His fur is a really weird fur. So now I can start basically chopping out the details that I originally sculpted in. So sometimes that gets lost a little bit when you add the faux fur, so you just have to sort of re-sculpt it out of the fur. Okay. Yeah, he's a chunky guy. Meow. This isn't the greatest. This is the most even. The way this fur is sitting on the backing, they've done it in lines. I think that's what's making it sort of batchy like this. They've like actually, it's got the way it's on the backing is lines. So I'm gonna have to go back over and sort of work my magic with that because you can sort of see it. It's kind of annoying. So yeah, just a little bit of a back and forth with this one, I think. Not my favourite fur to work with. A cute face though. A cute little face. But yeah, I have to go back over bits and pieces. I'm wondering. So right. Get some little sections here. Start working with these little bits and pieces. Just do a bit of cleanup. A little bit here. Quite a difficult fur to work with, which is a little unexpected. It's alright. This takes a little extra. What am I working on? My gear should make a set of penguins. Oops. So I'm working on a Stellar Sea Lion commission, so I'm just sort of doing the fur work on it. You make dolls? Yes, I do make dolls. Dolls and action figures and stares at you. Yeah, you name it. You name it and I make it. Cool. Yeah, this fur is a little bit difficult to work with. The way they put the fur on the backing is like in strips, so it's not very even. It does look like a dog, right? So they range between like 480 to 680, just depending on what it is. But this one was 580, just because it's not actually that complex of a doll. But things like movable jaws obviously set the price range up a little bit. So I'm just going to put in a bit of glue here. It's really annoying, actually. I'm going to have to go and, I don't know if you can tell, but you can't tell in here, but there's like strips of the fur that they've done. I think that's to make it clumpy. But now I have to go back through and sort of apply the glue to it. It's really annoying. I have done dragons and dinosaurs. I've got 2 dragons looking for homes at the moment. I've done Drogon from Game of Thrones. That was a really big one. I've done a lot of dragons. Actually, the dinosaur. I haven't made a dinosaur before. I do plan on it. I'm working on a chameleon as well for reference. So that's half sort of. I'm up to sewing the body, obviously. So I've sewn this part. I have to refine this bit a little bit more. So I'm going to do a stitch along here just to create sort of a ridge. And yeah, I've got to sew that. So the feet are posable as well. So just, mildly. Not overboard. The tail, obviously, I haven't done that yet. But yeah, here's the sofa. Catch you later, mate. But yeah, it's sort of on the back burner until I finish the commissions. But I did a little test on skin. So I'm thinking the skin texture, something like that. A sausage dog. Where the armature, I get it from a wholesaler. So these ones are the armature. So I get it from a wholesaler, and I have some in my shop, but this is a line I'm currently working on too. So lots of things. Frank's got lots of hair all over him. It's okay. All right, so let's just do this because I'm not happy with the way that's looking, which is always a bit disappointing, but whatever. These things happen. Oop. They still sort of make it a bit smoother, right? You'd hope. Oh, where did you buy it from? Artdoll? Which artist? Sometimes when you do ones that are okay, yeah. Sometimes, where did that go? Sometimes you can get like cheaper versions of it, which aren't great. And the socket, the female end, which is that bit, sometimes that's a little bigger than the male end and it doesn't quite fit in properly. So I always try to test test my armatures when I put it together to make sure it's not it's sitting flush and it's not falling apart. Some of them, yeah, even from factory, they're not the best. Especially with the larger sizes, sometimes the joints are just a little bit mismatched. I have no idea why, but it's just like that from factory, I think. How are we looking here? This is really annoying. I'm having to go back and do this. That's okay. The medieval one. Yeah, he's going to be paid off soon. And then he's going all the way to the States. I actually thought that would be the least like one. Right. Let's do a little bit of... Oh, this is going to take longer than I expected. Oh, thanks. Definitely. I post pretty consistently. I've been doing a lot of stop motion lately, so I have a couple of stop motion bits coming up. I'm wondering if I should just pull this all off. I think that's a bit extreme. I don't think I have to pull it all off. I just think I have to do this. This annoying process. All right. So I sort of do the really obvious ones here. I'm in two minds about this. I'm not really liking the way it's turned out. It's like super patchy. Which it's not too bad because their fur is kind of patchy. Let's do this bit here. I think I'm just going to have to continue patching it like this. Which is fine. Which I would have had to do this way anyway. So, yeah, no. Really want to hurry up and hear back from that Oddities Expo to see if I actually got a spot or not, so I can start like preparing for it. I think that's looking better. Oh, that was a bit of a burp. Sorry. I guess I'll just continue doing it this way then. And I've got the fur here, so let's just get it done. Right. It's a weird looking cat. Hey, I don't just make cats. I do other things. It's looking better. Do medieval cats, I do big cats, I do action cats. It's not just cats. I feel like I'm making a name for myself where I'm just like, are you that person that makes cats? No. No, that's all right. It's to be expected. All right. All right, it's looking better. I'm going to leave it a little bit patchy because in the photos they kind of look patchy when they dry. So I think it's okay. I'll just do a little bit more up here and I think that's about it. for the head. It's not too bad. I will airbrush the whole thing as well. So I'm going to be using like a dark brown and then like an almost black brown. So put a little bit there. Ideally, this isn't how I do my fur, but it is what it is. We can fix things. He's cute. Got a cute face. Okay. So just trying to even that out a little bit. So hopefully I got the bulbous on his head. Okay. Looks like he's looking alright. Got the eyes, detail. I reckon it's looking good. And I might just do this little bit here. Ideally, I should have just cut it all off the backing and trimmed it that way. But yeah, that's okay. He's looking okay now. Just a few little touch-up jobs here and there. The detailing will come out once I add all the shading. So that's when it really starts coming to life. I've got like one more sewing bit to do on this. Look at that pile. So go into my bin. Okay. So the only part that I have left to do is like the detailing on these flippers. So I need to do like the little toe bits. So I'm sort of wondering if I should do that or pin the rest of the Demiguise things together. Maybe since I have this one. Yeah, flippers. Flippers. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pin. One big one. I'm just going to pin where I want the stitches to go so I know what I'm doing. So, 1. to right, be 1, 2, 3. So like the up and back. 4 on here. 5. I think that'll do. My pin. Alright. Trying to think what thread to use. Just use white. Actually, no. I'm going to use black. I use black because the flippers are quite dark, so they're almost black, so it should blend in a bit better than the white. I have to fill this too. Right. That's this flipper. Just going to take that pin out. Counterintuitive, but no, I just wanted to sort of pinpoint where I want those to go. So I've got stuffing in here, so I want to just move that stuffing a little bit. It's a bit too thick, I think. Now, how far does this go up? Probably bring something. Probably up to one more stitch, I reckon. So I don't want it to go through there actually. So I'm going to pull it tight, and that's how you get that stitch detail. That's how we get in the toe. Just got to tie that off while it's tight. Then we're going to do one more pass up and back just to get everything. Okay. And I'll give this a little bit of a trim once I do all of them. Okay, one more pass back. Of course we get a knot, because why not? That was an easy one. Okay. Down and up. Then I'll tie it off. Tie it off. Yeah. The next one sort of starts. Ideally, I should have done that there. About there. I'm thinking I should have done it here, to be honest. This whole thing here. And then down to there. Yep, so, sorry, gonna undo what I just did. It's gonna undo what I just did because I don't like where that's sitting. Not to be pedantic about my work, but if it's not sitting where I want it, then we're gonna change it. I'm just trying to be careful. Just gonna cut this off. Start again. Just be careful not to actually cut the fabric. Man, I could have just left it, and I just think it's in the wrong spot, so I just want to get rid of it. Okay, let's do that again. Alright, let's start again. Anyway, just pretend I never started. So, we want this to start here. Now we want a picture. Go up here. Alright, go back down. So, another pass. This time, I'm going to hold it. Right. Tie that off. Did you turn a leopard seal plushie into a dinosaur? I made a leopard seal. I didn't turn it into one. A dog. Alright, so about that. I reckon this needs to go up a little bit. Out there. Oh. The leopard seal, yeah. The customer who also ordered this one. So I'm going to send them together. So when I finish this one, they'll go. But yes, it is the leopard seal. Very perceptive. Oh. It'll be interesting to see this customer's little setup with these two. It just saves on shipping if I send them together. Okay. Put that one down there. A Cookie Crisp ads. Let me Google that one. The Cookie Monster? No. So I don't think we have Cookie Crisps. Honeycombs. Is that a cereal? Oh, it's like a little hedgehog. I can't see one. Looks like a little hedgehog. That would be an interesting thing to make. jog on speed. I can't see why not. Oops. Seems like a pretty easy thing. I think I've got some fur that looks like that. That looks okay. I wonder if I should do 2 passes. Another pass of that. Why not? Well, it can't hurt. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Another one. Do a couple passes of this one. Okay, pass back up. Hello, Juanita. Looking good. I've got 3, so I need 5. So doing one more down there. One down here. And then so I'm going to go this way. Bring it out a little bit. Oops. down. Okay, it's looking good. And then the rest of it is one more, and then the rest of it's it's done. 2.2. All right. So I think I will continue with tomorrow. Going to have to finish the live. Anyway, so my little Frank. Here's my little Frank. YouTube, here's my Frank. And TikTok, here's my Frank. Looking pretty good. I'll do more videos on him anyway in the future, but it's looking pretty good. Anyway, so tomorrow, what I'm going to do is continue with trying to finish off probably these paw pads, so I can at least get one of these commissions done, and obviously work on the demo guys as well. So they shouldn't be too far off finishing, which is exciting. And then we'll just take it from there. So YouTube, I'll be back on tomorrow. It'll be 12:30ish till 2. So thanks for joining. And TikTok.